All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracted Nightly Sports Coverage. Walsh along with Paul Zeise for tonight's show, and we're going to go out to the phone lines, out to the south side. Pat, what's going on, Pat?
Hey, now I just want to know. Like I said, I think Najee Harris is a better running back than Le'Veon Bell ever was. The thing was, Le'Veon Bell was so much closer to Ben, like on his sides, like on his hips. They're trying to stretch him out. Why don't they use
Pat, I don't know. I mean, look, we've only seen one game, you know, and I don't know if we can say that Najee's better than Le'Veon or Le'Veon. I mean, Le'Veon did some really good things here in Pittsburgh, but you know, I think Najee's going to be a good asset to this offense. I think he's going to be a really good running back, Paul. And I talk about this a lot on the show when I'm out. Najee Harris is the last person to leave that football field every day during practice. He's out there for another 20 minutes catching balls and going through drills. I think he's going to be something special. I really do. And it's only been one game. But he's a different kind of running back, right?
Well, I mean, to compare him to Le'Veon Bell yet is silly. I mean, Le'Veon Bell was, for 5 years, one of the best running backs in football. And so, I mean, you know, this guy's a rookie. He has barely even played. Let's wait a little bit before we start making that comparison. And I think the other thing is, you know, Najee Harris didn't have a lot of great opportunities really to make a lot of things happen. He's still got to get on the same page as Ben Roethlisberger in the passing game. I would be, very careful to, talk about anything that happened in that first game as being anything more than just one game for a rookie running back.
Plus, they got to get the offensive line on the same page. So I still think they're going to win this game. Let's give our predictions at the end, but right now let's go back out to the phone lines. Remember, it's 412-575-2600. We got Bob out in Pittsburgh. What's up, Bob?
Let's give our predictions at the end, but right now...
Bob, turn the TV down. How long have we been doing this show? People still have the TV up. They know that's a delay. Bob. All right. Back out to the phone lines to Paul Zeise's favorite caller of all time. You guess who, Paul?
Pete in Squirrel Hill.
Let's go, Pete.
Oh, you brought your A game, my man. You're clairvoyant. Hey, Rich, evidently the show hasn't been on long enough that people claim to be regular callers and watch the show with the TV blaring.
I know.
I have a question for you, Rich. Roberto Clemente. Is it a felony in this town to talk about his statistics? He was a great humanitarian. He died trying to help underprivileged people. Rich, his 18-year career, he averaged 13 homers, 72 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases a year. Bleacher Reports rates him as the 5th greatest right fielder of all time behind Ruth, Aaron, Mel Ott, and Frank Robinson. If you compare his numbers at Herb 5, Rich, you will be stunned. They destroy his numbers. Thanks.
All right. Well, I know Pete loves to go back in time, Paul, but this is a good topic here. If you had an all-century, an all-time outfield, would Roberto Clemente make your all-time outfield?
No. I mean, come on. No, he wouldn't. I guess if you're looking for are you going to tell me defensive outfield or outfield?
I'm just going to say best 3 outfielders. I know he was saying right field. Best 3 outfielders. I wouldn't put Roberto Clemente in the best 3 outfielders of all time.
No, he can't be. I mean, again, his numbers are what they are. But as Pete said, there were some guys that had some absurd numbers. And I know people in this town would probably cringe, a lot of people, when I say this. He's not even the best outfielder in Pirates history over the last 50 or 60 years. He wasn't better than Barry Bonds. So, and I'm not saying anything to try and disparage what he is. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the great humanitarians of all time. He's a great baseball player. But let's not lose our minds.
100% he had a better arm, and he would have thrown out Sid Bream. No question about it.
I'm not even going to touch that nonsense. I mean, because, again, so many things happened on that play and so many things happened right up before that play that anybody who still blames Barry Bonds for that is clueless. But let's go ahead.
All right, let's go to Bob in Pittsburgh. Bob, please tell me your TV's turned down.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Go.
I just want to mention about the Steelers. I think we ought to, the young guys that are playing, we got to give them a shot. Ben, I believe he didn't have a good game, but he'll have a better game. He missed a lot of passes. And
well, okay. Yeah, I think they're giving young guys a shot, no question about it. I mean, they started 5 rookies last week, 4 on offense. I mean, and you look at some of the other young guys on this team. I mean, you have a second-year starter in a wide receiver with Chase Claypool. You got a lot of young guys out there. There's no doubt about that. They're giving young guys a shot. And Ben didn't have great numbers, but they won the game, and I think that's the most important stat is the win column.
Yeah, Ben was fine. I mean, he did what he does. I mean, again, he's not, and I just don't think he's going to be this guy that goes out there and, throws for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, but he's going to be resourceful. He's going to do what he does. He's going to be gritty and good when it counts and give them a chance to win games. So, he's 39, 40 years old. And so, the only guy that I can think of that obviously Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time. Beyond that, when you get to be 39, 40 years old, you're going to be inconsistent at times, and you're probably not going to be as good as you can, as you used to be, 5 to 10 years ago. All
right. Well, now we got to go to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day. But when we after this, when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about Pitt too. This is from Fan Nation. It's a Heinz Field wedding. This is simply divine. Paul, I host the Fan Nation show. It's an incredible show. Hopefully you watch it tomorrow at 7:30 on KDKA. You can also stream it on CBSN Pittsburgh. I know a lot of times you're out on the golf course, and if you're not doing anything, hey, just stream it, right? Or you can watch it right here after the nightly sports call tomorrow night on Pittsburgh CW. So hopefully you tune in, Paul, and hopefully everyone out there tunes in for Fan Nation tomorrow night. We're going to take a break right now. Coming back to talk about Pitt. Stay right there.